Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So I am back with the altered file folder that I was talking about starting the other day. Well, we did start it because we did the pattern of stabilizing it, and we made this envelope, and you can see I finished putting the pattern paper all over it, the tissue paper. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use that yet, but we'll figure that part out. This took me a while yesterday, and I didn't turn on the camera because it was just kind of loud and busy in here. So, so it took me a bit to figure it out to how I wanted to do this one. So what I have done is, this is a file folder that I cut down, and let me see, where did I put my ruler? I just had it here. So I cut it, let me see, I could use this mat and I just forget, sorry. About 8.5, a little bit less, but close. It's really about, you know, the size that you want to make it, but 8.5 by 8 3/4 roughly is the size, and that's from here to here, not the top of the tab. So, and it's just one piece, so then I also cut, you know, cut it in half so that it wasn't connected to the other part. So it's just making like a flap on here. And then the file folder underneath, I cut it shorter, but it's the same size in the length. So let's see, how long is this one? It's about 9 1/4 by 9. So 9 1/4 by 9 is roughly what that got cut down to. These were coffee stained, and then I folded this little piece right here that's a 1/2 inch, I believe. Why do I do that every time? Yeah, 1/2 inch. So you'd add a 1/2 inch to this size. Sorry, I guess I'm just not awake yet or something. But this is all part of the same file folder. I just scored it and folded it so that it makes like a hinge. And then I did do fabric on the sides to make kind of a gusset in here. You can see there's a little bit of a gusset, and it's not much over here. It got a little closer, but it's fine. I just want room for the journal, and I like the look of the fabric on the side. I also took a piece of fabric before I put down this yellow fabric and just tore a strip so that I can tie it over here. And this may end up getting changed as far as, you know, what the end result is on length of these, depending on the thickness of stuff that goes inside. So right now that's just a guesstimation. And I stitched a piece of crochet doily down here, and you can still see that there's some glue drying, but I just wanted to get that stitched because I knew I wouldn't be able to do that on camera. So we'll go ahead and put the decoration that's going to go on the front on here. Alright, so I tried all different things, and it was kind of tricky coming up with something the way I wanted it, you know? You know how you have something in mind and it never quite comes out the way you want it? That was kind of what happened. So this is a piece of Rachel at Roxy Creations, one of her doilies, and I'll put a link to her Etsy and all that, but I cut it different ways, trying different things, and so that's why it looks really strange. You could just cut yours like a portion or whatever if you wanted to do the same one. So that's, I'm going to get those glued down. I'm going to use this kind of waxy paper that I have. And you can't really spread necessarily on a doily, so I kind of just do this twirling thing sometimes. Sometimes I put it on the like file folder or paper or whatever I'm gluing onto, because doilies just tear, as we all know. And this is just a piece of a pink heart doily that I had. And you can see I stamped all over. I have a button and a spool of thread, and then my When This You See Remember Me, and those are all stamped up. They're old though. You can't get those ones anymore unless you can find them like on eBay or something. And then I want to see as much of this as possible. I can probably just tear this piece off because you're not going to see this. and I can probably use that for something else. This waxy paper I get at school when we do decodables. So I have a few pages of it, and it's kind of nice because it's that glossy stuff on that side, so that stuff comes off of it fairly easily. But it works great as transparency paper too. Got glue all over this still, because I'm really good at that. Turn it this way more. Oh, I never did ink that. I can ink it a little bit. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's pretty nice here. Hot again. This hot, cool thing is very bizarre. It's hard to get used to. Because some days I have to, you know, get out there and water early, and other days doesn't really matter. So it's kind of strange. Summer. Used to it just being blazing hot by now. I'll take the cool any day over that super hot heat. Don't like freezing cold, just don't like it to be 100 degrees either. Of course, we don't have humidity near what a lot of places do, so I can't really complain about that. Got these little parts and pieces I've got stacked over here how I wanted them to go. I don't want to forget, because you know, it's like you just forget how you had it laid out and everything. Probably should not have put that all the way down that way, because I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to need a piece of fabric or something. Maybe I'll put this one here or something else entirely. Let's see. Could just put this one here. Sorry, that wasn't how I was thinking, and now I don't know how to do it. Alright, and then this is the pocket that we reinforced with the coffee stain paper. I stitched around it, but before I stitched it closed, I stitched on, you know, one of my little garlands of like just scrap fabric. So that, I want this to go kind of like this so we can see some of this stuff here. But I need to figure out how I want to do this corner. And I made some little like scrappy, that one's one from my last, these little strips, you know, that you can just put wherever. I want to put one of these, and I think I want to put this one like down here. I guess that'll be okay without, just wanted a little pink down there, but I think it's fine. And I have some papers for up here. Sorry, I'm kind of like out of it today for some reason. Oh, it was this one I think I wanted on here. I've got the little threads. Those are just the threads that I got from tearing these pieces. Could put a piece of the pink up there. And these are just papers. I've gotten, you know, digis in the past from all different places, and so I just went and printed some that I thought would work with, you know, the pattern and everything. Maybe I can put this one down here. Tuck under there just a little. I mean, you don't have to cover everything. That's the whole point of stamping, I guess, but I just like kind of having something everywhere, it just adds interest. But I think I'm going to do something like that. So let's get this stuff glued down where it is. Oh, and I didn't ink around that pink paper yet. Try not to put it on a gluey spot. My daughter's back to drum major camp this week, so she's been really excited. She gets stressed and worried about, you know, that she's not going to get it, because I guess the music is a lot faster tempo than was last year, but she kind of does this every year at the beginning. She just worries that she's not going to get it, and I keep telling her it's, you know, every year you kind of start like that, but then it all ends up fine. So, but she's funny. I do the same thing, so that's where she gets it from. We're just worry warts by nature. Like, I don't know what that's about, but it's kind of annoying to us. Seems like some people are so laid back no matter what's going on, and others of us are just a complete wreck over nothing. It's interesting. I think I want this. I don't want it to cover up that pink. Let me see. Yeah, I think that will work. Put this piece down here, and it's not going to matter how I glue it on because you're not going to see it, so I'm just going to put quite a bit up at the top, and that will hold it. Yeah. Especially when you just dunk it right in there. Put a little like doily up here at the top. So yeah, she's excited though. She has so much fun conducting. She just loves it. I keep telling her she doesn't know what she wants to do when she goes to college, and it's like, you could be a conductor, you could be, you know, like an orchestra teacher, you could be a band director, but it's just hard. I know, I remember. I still say I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, because that's the way I feel. I just go kind of from one thing to the next, depending on what needs to be done. I'd love to make this my full-time job, but sometimes I just cannot make enough money doing this, which is unfortunate. But I think that's always a struggle with artists, unless, you know, you're like uber talented or something. And there are those people for sure. Alright, so I think something like that will look good. Just like there to be, you know, little spots of interest all over the place, so that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on the back of this because we do have different levels, and I don't want it to like come off. I have two things of glue open over here. That's why I should never have two things of glue on my table. Yeesh. Dingy, 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 telling ya. And you could, if you wanted to, make this into another pocket. Like, there is a pocket on the inside, but like if you wanted to do a text spot behind it, and I thought about that, but with the fabric and different levels, I'm just worried that stuff would just be hard to take in and out and all that. So I think the one pocket will be good. And I know that's a lot of glue, but I want it to stay. Just have to make sure I get the right spot here. I wanted that higher, didn't I? I wonder if I can pull this one up a little. Yeah, it didn't really stick to begin with. The glue right on it. Let me see. Oops. Oh, you know what? I just did that. I just stuck it over there. Ooh. Brain. I'm telling you. Okay, that right there, I think. That's going to be it because I just would have made a huge mess. None of you saw that, right? Dingy, dingy, dingy. And then I'm going to put one of these up here too, I think. Kind of feel like it needs something right there. Do I have like a little piece of something? Let me see. Could use a piece of this would work. Just to give it a little color right up here. And this is just a piece of Kool-Aid dyed coffee filter. And then there will be a tag or something on the inside of this. I haven't made a tag yet for that, but we'll work on that. I wonder if this one should go up here. Or like a smaller... I don't want to put this one right here with all the crazy strings. Oops. I don't know which one to put up there. This one too. I'm worried that stuff will get caught coming in and out of there. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to put this one on though. And I know lots of people have done the strings. I got this idea from Gail Augustinelli. Thank you, Gail. It's awesome. I love it. I'm so excited because Gail has agreed to be on my design team. So I have wonderful friends that are helping me with that. My friends that have been with me since the beginning, Allie at the Cockney Crafter, she's so supportive and been so awesome, and she's been on my design team for a bit. She just helps out, you know, when she can. And the lovely Denise at Wonderbar Crafts, she unfortunately has just recently lost her mom, and so she hasn't been able to do much, which I completely understand, and I don't want her doing anything or worrying about it one bit, because she just needs to grieve and that, because that's so hard, and I know it's hard. And then Samantha Jared, who's new to making videos, and I'll put all their links below. She's on my design team. She's probably the newest one. And then Gail Augustinelli agreed to be on my design team when she can. She's super busy. She's on like 6 design teams or something, but I of course am happy to have her whenever she can make it work, you know. No worries whatsoever. And that's kind of the way I feel about everybody. I'm not, you know, like have to do something all the time or anything. But it's just awesome to have such great people helping me, because definitely need the exposure and want the information out about my channel, because it's, and not just my channel, but my digis on Etsy. So it's so amazing that those wonderful ladies are going to help. And I know I mentioned I'm going to do a call out, and I am going to do that. I just need to get my act together. I just keep thinking, am I worthy of this whole, of having a design team? Like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of silly, but I'm just not super formal, I guess. So I feel kind of funny, you know, doing a call out or whatever. But I probably only really need like 1 or 2 more people. But it's awesome of those ladies to help me, and I thank them so very much. And I thank all of you out there that support me and my channel and my Etsy shop. I just can't believe how awesome everybody has been. I feel completely blessed. So, thank you all. I think that'll work. It just needed a little more fabric under there. That's an old hanky that I found at a antique store. That blue flower. I think it'll glue down flat enough. I think it'll be fine for whatever goes in there. Because this is really pretty flat. I didn't do them very dimensional, because this probably is the most dimensional with the button on it. Alright, so that's our cover. And then on the inside, I thought it would be fun to do a pocket here, and I think what I'm going to do with this pocket is cover it with the fabric like we did for the journal cover on the other one. I'm not covering the journal, but I did want to ask your guys' opinion. This is going to be the journal, and I don't have it hooked together yet, but it's the file folder. I was thinking of doing the fabric, like patchwork fabric that I did on the last journal on the outside, but do it on the inside this time, since this one has this. So leave it in the comments below if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. I haven't decided yet. And then I'll put this on here somewhere, and I might do, there's not a lot of room to do a whole lot else, but I don't know, I need to think about this still, because this will fold down to put things into. So that's what I'm thinking there, but I'm not sure what else I want to do there yet. So I think what we'll do is put the fabric on here, and then I need to decide what I want to do on the background too. I may just put paper. I found this cute paper on Etsy, and this was the only one that really went with it. There are 3 different pages, but the colors were like navy and orange, and so it didn't go with kind of what I was doing here. But I thought on its own, just this one, and I may even put like some sewing tissue over the top of it, you know, something like this, so that you could see it, but it brings it more into the color area that we're talking about. And I'll leave the link for that because I can't remember what she was called, but that's cute paper. But for right now, we're gonna collage this. I do have some pieces, smaller-ish. And so I'm going to do it just the way I did the last time, where I glue it and then I sew it afterwards. So I'm just using a glue stick. And I like all the frayed edges. I think that is fun, because then you don't really see the edge of the, you know, the file folder or whatever it is that you're gluing onto. I don't really want to use the purple on this one. Get this out of the way. I just have stuff everywhere, I'm telling you. These fabrics are crazy. There's a strip of that this way, or maybe this way. Yeah, my son had a friend over yesterday again. He actually stayed the night before, and so it was a little bit loud. They're super fun though, as kids. A little quieter here today. So far. It's early still, so it could change at any moment. Like I said, my daughter's at drum major camp, so it's just kind of quiet. Yeah, there's some crazy fabrics in that box of fabrics, but they're kind of good for this. It's a bright, happy colors. I think I need a piece of eyelet to break it up a little bit. I can find the end of it. Let's see, I kind of don't want, I just want like a strip that, sorry, I'm just looking through my stack of fabric over here. I just want a piece of this white, even though it's kind of all crumpled up. And then I'll do a bigger piece of the eyelet. It's good to have something kind of plain, I think, to, you know, break it up a little bit. Because these aren't exactly like matching fabrics by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, something like that will work. This one I need a little extra glue. It's a little wrinkly. That's one good thing when you glue it down. It's almost like ironing. My daughter and I went to Target yesterday, and it was crazy to see the clothes there, because it's like this weird combination of 80s and 90s clothing. I just am like, what is happening? I don't understand. It's like all the worst, I'm telling you. I mean, some of it's okay. Like, I did like some of the stuff in the 80s. I didn't do the whole Madonna thing, but some of it I did like. But it's just, I really didn't like the 90s clothing at all, for the most part. So when I see all that stuff back, and I know that's what happens, it always happens like that, but it's like, couldn't we pick some of the good stuff instead of all the ugh stuff? The belly shirts and all that again. I'm like, you know, it wasn't good the first time we did it. Do we have to revisit it? It's the worst look. Like, really almost nobody looks good in those things. And definitely not when you're overweight. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but seriously. I know I can't wear that. Nor would I want to, though. I'm way too old, but still. I just keep wondering, why do we keep bringing that stuff back? That's awful. Bring the stuff back that looks good on people. I see all those vintage images, and I know clearly we're not, you know, I don't want to go back to like full on big huge dresses and all that, but everybody just used to look so nice. Now it's like they're wearing their pajamas or something. I don't know. I'm just old and cranky, I guess. But belly shirts are definitely a no. I won't let my daughter wear them. She doesn't want to anyway, but even if she did, it's like, no, it's just not appropriate. Go to school and all over the place with your stomach hanging out. In my opinion. Could be wrong. I'm not sure even what is on this fabric, but it's just super bright. Let's see, like this one. But yeah, we actually went because we watch Stranger Things, and I'm sure a lot of people do, obviously. But 11 on there this season had all that 80s, you know, the 80s retro look. And I guess they had clothes there in that, like, from the show or whatever. And my daughter wanted to see those. And they didn't have them at ours, but I mean, we're in Idaho, a small town in Idaho, so, well, it's not as small as it used to be, but I maybe they just didn't do it here or whatever, I don't know, but they didn't have any of it. But it was crazy seeing a lot of those styles come back. It's like, oh my gosh, we had these. Oh, and the sweatshirts, the like off the shoulder, torn bottom kind of thing. I mean, a lot of them weren't off the shoulder, so like that was a little bit different, but essentially that look of the big bulky floppy sweatshirt thing. It's so funny because we all watch, you know, Friends around here if we don't have anything to watch or whatever. And my daughter one time was like, "Did you guys really wear those clothes?" It's like, yep, we did. Pretty bad, right? Those big, bulky, crazy shoes, and I don't know, the belly shirts, and I mean, like I said, I didn't wear those, but I wore a lot of the other crazy stuff. And we thought we were pretty cool. Not sure that we were, but we thought we were. Alright, so that's that, and then I will go stitch that, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. I'll be right back. Alright, hi everybody, I'm back. And so that's the pocket all stitched up. So let's see if we can put it in here now that this is all dry. Oh, except I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, but we'll see, just got the idea. So this will go down here as our pocket, and it's pretty good size pocket. And then I just have to figure out what I'm gonna put back here. I kinda like the idea of that sewing paper, but I'm not sure. So I think I'm going to stop there, and then we'll continue working on this. And let me know what you think, if you think I should do this all over the inside of the cover, or if you think that's too much, I just do like a pocket of it in here as well. Because I could cover this again with a tea towel like I did that last journal, and do stitches all over the tea towel again. So I want you to give me your opinion. Or I could do just like one pocket like that. So I think I might do that. I think it might be too much if the whole thing was that. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I will see you again soon, and if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Bye-bye now.